We're living in an era defined by rapid change, and it's never been a more exciting or a challenging time for facilities management. How can you help your business thrive while facing shifting consumer expectations along with supply and labor shortages? Find out how market leaders are doing just that and ensuring high performance across every location. Welcome to the 2021 Service Channel Facilities Summit.
Hello and welcome to the 2021 Future of Facilities Summit. Thanks for your time today. We all know how busy it's been out there, and we really appreciate you taking some time to share with us. We're excited to jump into the future a bit today. As you know, at Service Channel, we spend a lot of time developing new technology and data to help drive the evolution of facilities, and the industry is undergoing a period of fast-paced evolution and rapid change. In fact, we've repeatedly heard from you and your colleagues that there will probably be more changes to the facilities industry in the next 5 years than there were in the last 50. It's a pretty strong prediction, but pretty realistic from where we can see it today. So sit tight and join us for the next couple of hours as we hear from industry experts and facilities gurus, all with the goal of staying in front of these changes and helping us to write our own next chapter in these fun times. I've met many of you before, but if we haven't, I'm Tom Biocchi, CEO of Service Channel, and today we are fortunate to also welcome some amazing leaders from a range of industries, including participants from some of the best-known brands in the retail world, Walmart, Louis Vuitton, and others. Some of the best-known restaurant brands in the world, Chipotle, Benihana, California Pizza Kitchen, Buffalo Wild Wings, Jamba Juice, Five Guys. This is getting very delicious. Panda Express, Caribou Coffee. Many top national and global grocers, Ahold Delhaize, Aldi, Trader Joe's, Sam's Club. Leading convenience retailers like CVS, Walgreens, Cumberland Farms, Racetrack, and Love's. And finally, newcomers who are growing to revolutionize retail at many levels. Welcome Peloton, and DoorDash, and Deliveroo, and Amazon Fresh, and others from many other industries, including banking, to education, to fitness, to healthcare. Okay, here's the quick lineup and agenda for today's summit. A lot of hard-hitting topics that we think will be very relevant and compelling. Thanks in advance to our customers and partners who have agreed to share their stories with us today. Sam's Club will talk about how they drive better customer loyalty through improved asset management. The EG Group, who has grown from a single location to over 6,000 convenience stores globally, will discuss how they're driving the future of food and fuel in Europe. Gennaro Plumbing, they'll talk about how they're growing their business, and then we'll outline how to manage service providers when demand exceeds the skilled labor supply. Lemonade Restaurants, thank you. They'll discuss how their facilities team is rapidly adapting as a strategic partner to their business. And finally, you'll hear about how we're building a future-proof facilities platform to support your ever-evolving business needs. So thanks again, everyone. Enjoy the day. And as a last logistical point before we jump in, this session is intended to be highly interactive. You're strongly encouraged to use the chat feature to ask questions, have conversations, challenge, and otherwise bother everyone else attending the summit. Thanks, and let's keep it lively today. Okay, as an on-ramp to the main sessions, I'd like to just touch on 3 mega trends that we are seeing every day and that are affecting everyone in the facilities industry. Trend 1 is the recent and very accelerated emergence of new business models in many types of retail, all of which affect the future of retail facilities. Many retailers and restaurants have re-examined their physical strategy over the past 18 months, closing unprofitable stores and opening new ones with a stronger focus on capabilities such as curbside pickup and ship from store. They're reimagining the purpose of stores as a complement to the online experience. And consequently, store formats are changing due to this and a number of other factors, COVID obviously being one of them. But let's not forget the rapidly changing customer expectations and shopping habits and the technology that we're all working on to help transform the impossible to the possible. Increasingly, customers will visit a store after they've looked through the product online or after they bought something online and want to return it back to the store. Once in the store, they're looking for a more intimate and entertaining shopping experience. Can they enjoy a fresh cup of coffee when they're browsing? Can they take photos in front of an interesting backdrop and share it with their friends on Instagram? And how easy or convenient is it to take merchandise home? In early 2020, only 7% of top retail chains offered curbside pickup. And by early 21, 51% of them did. In Q3 of last year, Target saw its curbside pickup sales jump more than 700%. Our restaurant partners are also seeing similar shifts in demand for online ordering, delivery, and drive-through. With more off-premise dining and the growth of cloud kitchens, you can increase revenues as long as your kitchen stays productive, which again impacts facilities. Chipotle's digital sales exploded during the pandemic, making up more than half of their sales in 2020. The growth is showing no signs of abating. Their digital sales doubled again in Q1 this year. McDonald's says that 70% of its sales in top markets are drive-through orders. Sweetgreen is opening a drive-through concept featuring a dedicated in-car dining in an outdoor patio. And remember, Little Caesars was ahead of its time, introducing the contactless pizza portal concept in 2018. Taco Bell's the latest to jump in, and if you've seen, it's having recently announced a futuristic, contactless, 4-lane drive-through concept that will open next year. These recent shifts require different layouts, different equipment, different experiences, which means facilities has growing responsibilities for managing more critical assets and for remodeling more spaces. And this puts us all, facilities professionals and facilities partners alike, into more strategic roles with our real estate and operational partners. You'll hear about this in the upcoming session, the Zero Downtime Facility, where Sam's Club will talk about maximizing their ROI from their assets and building the business case for investing in facilities. And we think that examples like this, where technology and data can help you be more proactive with strategic planning, will show us all how we can all be more on top of our game and in front of these industry shifts. It's never been more important, and it's never been more strategic. The second key trend we want to briefly touch on is the ongoing labor shortage, and more specifically, the shortage of skilled trade labor that we're all experiencing. Everyone was taken aback when this started to come to the surface, but with all of the openings and reopenings, format changes, and new expectations, there is simply more work to get done, and as we all know, less skilled labor available to do that work. Hence, longer lead times, higher prices, and more inconsistent quality. It's a classic supply-demand mismatch. It's economics 101. Here's a very surprising stat. On our service channel platform, we've seen declined work orders. I can't do a job that you want me to do. We've seen declined work orders increase by over 60% in the past year. That's crazy, especially for a service provider industry that thrives on getting new work all the time. Also during that time, we've seen average invoices creep up by 9%. Some of this is material related, some of this is labor related, but neither what you need or want. And this trend is being further extended by these new smaller formats in suburban and rural locations where there are fewer providers to serve them. More locations, more work, the same or less supply, and it's stretched even further. You're going to hear quite a bit about this in our session today as to how you might counterbalance these trends and shore up your service provider supply chain. We'll talk about things like how much should you be spending? We have new peer benchmark data that will help you to pinpoint your budgets at a local, regional, and national level. We'll help you to quantify in terms of speed, cost, and quality how to measure the performance of your providers in a way that will help you keep getting the best outcomes over and over again. As an example here, we have data that shows that the top quartile, the top 25% of refrigeration providers are 39% less expensive. 39% less expensive. They show up on average 6 days faster, and they resolve their work on the first trip twice as often as the bottom 25%. And ultimately, how can you find those folks? How do you select, based on data and actual empirical performance, the best local contractors for the trades you need? We'll walk through another example of how one of our customers reduced their plumbing provider costs by 21% and improved their recall rates by 28%. So please do attend the session today on how to thrive when demand for providers exceeds supply. And the third trend that we want to touch on today is sustainability. There is no doubt that this is front and center in the minds of consumers and executives, and there are numerous efforts from you to make a big improvement in your sustainability profile and carbon footprint. We're starting to make a dent, but there's so much more to do. Look, better maintained equipment and assets are more energy efficient. It's very simple, but very powerful. Proper maintenance can reduce energy consumption by up to 20%. Electronic process flow and billing save tons and tons of paper and waste. Get this, in the last year, service channel customers processed and invoiced 25 million work orders electronically, saving about 125 million pieces of paper, which is equivalent to more than 12,000 trees. That's a lot of paper, that's a lot of trees. Also, reducing unnecessary truck rolls improves the carbon footprint of your supply chain. Again, in the last year, we estimate that with our data and workflows, ServiceChannel helped our customers avoid 18 million miles of unnecessary contactor travel, equivalent to over 1,300 cars on the road. And then there's the refrigerant used in your coolers, freezers, and air conditioning. The EPA regulations and the reporting requirements keep getting tighter over time, but there's a big financial and greenhouse impact you can make by managing refrigerant and leakage more efficiently. Our customer, Tops Market, reduced their leak rate by 35% in 1 year, and a number of customers are actively retrofitting their equipment to use lower impact refrigerants like transcritical CO2. Talk about an opportunity to be a hero at both a financial level and a sustainability level. You've got your hands on all these dials. You're some of the most influential and consequential drivers of improving your corporate sustainability. Don't forget to share your sustainability accomplishments with us in the chat, and don't hesitate to ask the group for advice. Okay, enough from me. Let's get on with the meat of the program. I'm really looking forward to these next couple of hours and to your comments and insights over the chat. Again, it's great to have you all here. Thanks again for your time and partnership, and we really hope you enjoy the rest of the day and get a ton out of it. Thanks again.